Hello, my fellow adventurers! This is Mloentje, and welcome back to New World. The Friendship and Fire, or what the hell, Fellowship and Fire update is live. In the previous episode, we went over the Season Pass and all its rewards. It was a pretty lengthy video, but there is a lot of rewards in there, guys. And it seems pretty interesting. At the final reward, if we actually take a look, we also noticed that upon receiving the final free track, you can actually get an additional gear set slot. Now, we were wondering in the video if the gear set slot, they mentioned this on the online webpage when they mentioned the first season pass and how it would work. That on reset of the season pass, the gear slots would vanish and you need to earn them again. Now, this is what we're actually gonna do this episode, is actually look at the gear slots. So now in the bottom here, we actually have like 4 buttons. We got boosters, store, and gear set. So boosters, once you have these, the boosters gathering, season, weapon XP, territorial standing, and proficiency booster. If you actually have one of these, you can actually use these boosters here. Or you can open the store. Boosters can also, of course, be bought with some coin, as you usually can do in these games, right? But yeah, that's not really what we are here for today. We are here for gear sets. Now, gear sets, it does seem like we have 2 standard sets, and again, we can buy more, but I'm not really sure if they're... So a slot for holding a gear set for the activity of your choosing. A maximum of 6 slots can be purchased. Gear sets are not available for use until level 25. So we get 2 and 2 free from the game, and we can buy 6 more, meaning that we have 8 sets in total that we can set up. Now, I talked about this before in my video about changes that I want to see in New World for 2023, and that is gear management is a huge issue in this game. As crafting, gathering, and making your resources here in town are already 20 slots. And I also gave a fix for that, so we'll have to see if that maybe is something they're gonna add. But I also said that gear management or gear sets and the preference gear sets would be a really nice addition for that. And here we go, guys, gear sets. So for me, basically, I run 2 sets. I run a heal set where, well, right now I also have a corruption heal set that I basically completed last week, I think. But I also have a PvP heal set. So for now, I'm gonna set up my PvP heal set and still have to like auto switch to my corruption heal set. But we would need an ancient heal set. We would need, like, you see where I'm going with this, right? 20 sets for crafting, and then I have a heal set for every type of dungeon, or I should actually have one, but I don't have them. You have a PvP then, you have like general DPS specs that you can create with all the different weapons. You have like tank sets that you can make. Like, there is so many different specs. Eventually, if you would add everything up, I think you would go over 40 different sets that you can easily set up in this game. But you only get 2, and that is kind of shameful. Now, at the end of the season pass, we do get 1. So I'm not really sure if that extra 1 is gonna be added. And then in the next season, we can add 1 more. In the next season, we can add more. And in that way, we get more over time. Or if it's gonna be like they said on the actual website, that after every season pass, the one you actually get from the season pass disappears. But we'll have to see about that later, guys. Today, I'm just gonna check out how this actually works. So right now I'm in my DPS spec. Right now my bow, and overall just an open world DPS spec that I actually use. I don't really use it anywhere else except that maybe some OPRs. So we can also do unequip, add to the gear set, add to all gear sets, link chat, die. So if we actually click on this and add the gear sets, we got gear set 1 and gear set 2. So I'm gonna add it to gear set 2. And now this actually gives the icon that it is part of a gear set. So if I would drag it, that also works. So I can basically do now this, I think. We have no shield equipped. And then we do this one here. And this here and this here. Okay. Now it does say the consumables that we can set up as well. So let's set them up like that. And then the weapons, of course, we can set up as well. The ammo types that we're gonna use and the rune. Import equipped. Ah, okay. So, so it becomes really easy if you just click on the import equipped items, because that basically imports every item you have on you at that moment. And then we got the equip. There is also a remove all items. So if we would do this and then do this, yeah, there we go. So now everything that I actually have on me is equipped. And if I would change out to, can do this, right? Let's quickly do it like this. Then set up this here, this here. The rest kind of remains the same. Now, I do need to change. That's something I kind of noticed and kind of something I said in my video as well. So if I now go to character and then attributes, as you can see here, I do need to respec, right? And I usually go 150, something like that. Let's get rid of this. At least for PvP, the set I'm equipping right now, my heal set is for PvP. 320. Sounds a little low. All right, my consumables. Right. So if I would do use, there we go. And then character. And then I can see that I actually need to go down a couple. There we go. That is a lot better. 360, 150. Something like that. So 90 points. There we go. And now the problem lies that I do have my gear set, so I can do import. There we go. So now I basically have my heal set up and my DPS spec set up. But if I would do equip, my stats still remain on focus. And this is something I really wish that was included in this setup, guys. That is something I really wish that was included in the setup. Now, strangely enough, and actually really nicely enough, it removes the items from my inventory and actually sets them up in a second inventory. Like, this is actually pretty cool. This is actually really cool. I wasn't expecting this. That it would actually remove the items from your inventory. Because this clears up the inventory a lot and makes it, for me at least, a whole lot more interesting. Now, as I am kind of a completionist, how much is it? 5,000. How much is 5,000? It's 5 euros. So, meaning if I would buy all of them, that would be 30 euros to buy all. It was 6 of them, right? So 6 times 5 is 30 euros. So for 30 euros, I would have in total 8 slots, I think. Didn't it say? Maximum of 6 slots can be purchased. Plus then the season one mean that I would get 9 in total at the end of the season. Now 9 is already pretty good, meaning I can set up a couple crafting ones. Because it's for farming, I usually don't set up my stuff, guys. For crafting, I usually don't set it up. I only need to switch gears if I want to smelt or chop wood. And that is basically 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 4, if I counted correctly. So we got tail ring, skinning or leather working, wood, and so that's 4 plus the 2 I have right now. That's 5, 6. So if I buy the extra 6, I basically have enough for all and actually have like 3 spare. So I could actually set up a tail ring one as well, or my corruption set as well. Well, like I said at the end of the video of the season pass, guys, I'm a working Joe. So 30 euros for me for actually having like the amount of freedom that I have right now, because it would mean that Usually when I stick all my gear for crafting, and I do my daily crafts, I stick all my gear for crafting in the chest. But it would be really useful if I just had like an entire scroll wheel here on the right that I could pick between all the sets and do like, okay, I'm gonna do woodworking, click. I'm gonna do smelting, click. I'm gonna do this, click. I'm gonna do that, click. That would save me so much time in the effort. That means that I could just play more. That's all what we're here for, right? We're here to play games, not do gear management. Like, gear management really is an issue. But overall, I'm pretty happy about the gear options. What I'm not happy about is that it does not save your pretext for your attributes. Like, that is definitely something they need to include in the gear set. It just needs to be a build menu. Like, my healing should have my healing spec. My DPS spec should have my DPS spec. Return. Oh crap, now I returned everything. Okay, seems I'm gonna need to rework it again. But yeah, that's the only issue I have, guys. To buy extra slots, not really that expensive. And they can come in handy, and I presume a lot of people are gonna do it. Like 30 euros. Well, for some people 30 euros is kind of a lot. Like it buys a lot of food, I guess you could say. For me personally, it's not a lot, and it gives me so much pleasure in just being able to equip. But yeah, still having to, okay, I equipped it, but now I still need to go to characters, still need to go to attributes, and I still need to set up my attributes. Like, every time I need to set up my attributes, I also need to eat something, because I need to know, like, okay, it's 24 points in this, and it's 12 points in this. So I need to mix match my points so I actually don't go over it, because else then I need to reset my points again. You see what I'm going with this, right? If I actually set up my attribute points the correct way from the first time, I'm never gonna have to do that again. Like, that's the only thing. But overall, gear equipment, it's a simple version, but it's a really useful version. It's definitely a really good addition to the game, I do have to say. Anyway, I'm gonna keep this video a little shorter than the previous one. They don't all have to be too lengthy. So I'm gonna sit my ass down here, guys, and end this episode up here. If you want to see more of my quest progression on my Let's Play here in New World or any other game I might play on my channel, just hit that subscribe button. It would always help out a lot. I do hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.